Hi guys, it's Jen with Creatively Homemade. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch my video. I really appreciate it. So today I just wanted to share with you my free card kits for people who order through my Stampin' Up! Link for the month of May. Now every month anybody who places an order using my hostess code will get either 1, 2, or 3 free card kits depending on how much you order. So the first card kit for May is this really cute card using the Beautiful You stamp set. Now the card kit comes in a resealable baggie and it has all the pieces pre-cut for you, so I've done all the work. All you have to do is assemble it and add the stamping. Per Stampin' Up! Rules, I'm not allowed to do the stamping for you, so you just need to add the stamps of your choice and put it together. So this is for a $15 or more Stampin' Up! Order through my link using the hostess code. Now if you place a $30 or more Stampin' Up! Order, you get the first card and you also get the kit to make this card, which says we'll weather this together. And here are all the pieces that you get for that one. And then if you place a $50 order or more, you get all 3 kits. And the $50 card is this one, which is a really cute card featuring ice cream cones and popsicles. And that's for a $50 order. And it comes in a packet looking like this. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and show you how to put these cards together. For any $15 order you place, you get a kit to make this Happy Birthday Gorgeous card. I have stamped this card with the Beautiful You stamp set. It's got some really cool women on it that you can watercolor, and also a lot of pretty sentiments. So your kit is going to come with these pieces. It's going to have an A2 card base in Elegant Eggplant, and that's already cut and scored for you. It's going to have a card layer that is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. It's going to have a little card strip, and it's going to have 2 ovals. So this is super simple to put together. First, you just want to add the layer to your card base. And it's cut just slightly smaller so that you can leave a bit of a border all the way around the layer, just like that. Then you want to add your strip to it. And I just do it about 1 inch up from the bottom. You don't have to be exact. Okay. Now we're going to do our stamping. So I've got Elegant Eggplant that I'm going to do the watercolor on her dress. And I just have basic black ink for the outline. And I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper real quick, so if this goes off the edge. There we go. And then this stamp right here is kind of like her dress in watercolor. So I'm going to stamp that in Elegant Eggplant. And hopefully I'll get this lined up. There we go. It just gives it kind of a watercolor feel to it. Okay. And then the only other bit of stamping we're going to do is right above the strip here. We're going to stamp Happy Birthday Gorgeous. And I stamped that in Elegant Eggplant as well. There we go. Now you just want to stick the stamped piece to the next size up oval, the Elegant Eggplant Oval. And then I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of it to make it pop off the page a bit. Oops, don't want to come off the sheet here. Just take the backings off. If you have a paper piercing tool, that helps make these backings come off a little bit easier. And then just add your oval right over the strip, just like that. And that's all there is to it. So that's your first card, and that's with a $15 or more order using my hostess code, which is down in the description. The second card kit I have for you today will make this cute little We'll Weather This Together card. And I made this using the Weather Together stamp set, but if you don't have this stamp set, you can assemble this card without it and use the sentiment of your choice. So it comes with all of these pieces. You get an A2 size card base in Whisper White. You get a piece of Night of Navy Designer Series paper, the polka dot pattern, or there's a script pattern on the back if you would rather use that, but I went with the polka dots. You get 2 layers, one in crushed curry and one in Whisper White. You get an umbrella handle. You get a little flowery umbrella, and you get 2 little clouds. So let's get started putting this together. First thing you want to do is put your layer on Designer Series paper onto your base. So I'm just adding snail adhesive to the back of that. And it's cut slightly smaller so you will have a nice white border all the way around your card. Next, you want to take the rectangle of crushed curry and put snail adhesive on the back of that. And you want to kind of put it at an angle, just like that. Now take your Whisper White piece and we're going to stamp the sentiment right at the top of that. I am using this We'll Weather This Together. You could also use Wishing You Brighter Days or whatever sentiment you want. And I'm just using black ink for that. And stamp it right up at the top. Okay? And then we're going to layer that like so. So add snail to the back of that piece. There we go. And now we're ready to add our little umbrella. So the first piece you want to put down is the umbrella handle. And I'm just using Tombow adhesive to add to the back of that. You don't want to add a whole lot to it because it'll seep out. So just a tiny little bit. Okay. And then add that to your card at an angle, just like so. Now, if you have the Weather Together stamp sets, you can next add some stamping to your little cloud pieces. Oops, where'd my other one go? Oh, there it was. It was hiding. These are photopolymer stamps, so it's pretty easy to line up. So you can stamp on the die cuts There you go. See, that turned out pretty well. And you can repeat that for the smaller cloud as well. And stamp the cloud. I'll show you a quick alternative if you don't have the stamp set to add the stamping to the clouds. You can achieve some texture by daubing ink around the edges. So just take your sponge dauber and some smoky black or smoky slate ink, and then just dab all the way around the edges of the cloud, and that'll give it some texture. And you can do that the same thing for the big one. Just gives it some dimension when you put it down on your card. Okay, so now we're done with the cloud pieces. The last thing we need to do is the stamping on the umbrella. Now again, if you don't have this stamp set, you can just leave it how it is. It's super cute the way it is without any stamping on it. But if you do have the Weather Together stamp set, you can use this stamp set this stamp right here to add the lines to your umbrella. And it's pretty easy to line up with the photopolymer stamps, since you can see through them. But you just want to take a second and make sure it's lined up. So that's pretty good. See, it just adds another little bit of dimension to it. It's just pretty cute. So now that we have all our stamping done, we're ready to finish assembling the card. I like to put the cloud behind the umbrella a little bit. So let me grab my adhesive and just put it to the edge, put it on the edge of the cloud. And then kind of stick it behind there. Then you can add adhesive to the whole thing. And just add your umbrella at an angle there. And then just take some adhesive and add your other little cloud. Right about there. And that's all there is to this card. The last free card kit I have for you today for the month of May is this Happiest Birthday card featuring Tasty Treats Designer Series paper, which is retiring at the end of May. So if you want this paper, be sure to go ahead and place your order for it. I have the link down in the description. So this card, you may either get the ice cream cone print or you might get popsicle print. And also you may either get the lower corner or the upper corner, but the card will assemble the same way. You would just stamp your sentiment in the other corner. Okay, so this kit has all the die cuts and everything you need, like the other ones. You get a Pear Pizzazz A2 size card base. You're going to get a little triangle of Designer Series paper. You're going to get a circle die cut and 2 banner die cuts in So Saffron. You're going to get a white circle, and then you're going to get all the pieces to make your ice cream cone and popsicle. So let's get started. So I'm just going to use my snail tape runner and add adhesive to the back of the triangle. And stick it down in the corner, just like so. Oops. Nice thing about snail adhesive is you've got a little bit of playroom. If you don't get it exactly placed the first time, you can pull it up and try again. Okay, so now that the triangle is there, we're going to place our banners. And I line up the edge of the banner with the edge of the triangle here. and then do that for the other side. So they're going to be about that far apart. And I want to stick those down with dimensionals. Okay. And I'm just going to stick the other one down the same way. Take off the adhesive backing. Did want to let you guys know, if you want the stamp set that I'm using and the coordinating dies, they are carrying over into the new catalog, so I was excited to see that. They were introduced in the Occasion catalog, and not all the Occasion stamp sets are carrying over, so that's cool that this one is. Okay, so after I get my banners down, then you need to add dimensionals to the So Saffron circle, and we're going to stick it just like that. And you only need 2 on this one, since this is already, we don't want it to pop up any higher than the banners. So you want adhesive here and here. And place it just like so. Now the next step is optional, but I think it adds a little something extra to the card. I just took a pen and I did some pen stitching all the way around the circle, and that helps it pop off the page a little bit more. Now you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just thought it made it cute. So just do little dashes all the way around the circle edge if you want. If not, it looks fine without it. After you get the dashes done, just use snail adhesive on the back of the circle and layer it on the So Saffron circle. There we go. Now we're going to assemble our ice cream cone and fudgesicle. The fudgesicle comes like this. I want the stick to be a different color, so I'm just going to cut that off. Snip along the edge there and cut the stick off. And then I've included a little spoon die cut, and that's actually going to be what we're using as the stick for the popsicle. Now before I assemble that though, I wanted to add a little bit of stamping to the popsicle. You know how popsicles have like indentions on them? I'm just going to use the 2 little bars to add some stamping to the fudgesicle, actually, since it's chocolate colored. So this is chocolate chip colored cardstock, and then I'm going to stamp it with chocolate chip ink to give a tone-on-tone effect. There, see, it just gives, whoops, just gives the little indentions in the popsicle. Okay, now add some adhesive. I recommend Tombow glue to the spoon part, and then we're going to stick that on the back of your fudgesicle for the handle. There we go. Tombow didn't want to come out. Okay, so just stick that right to the back of the fudgesicle and press it to secure it a little bit. So then you can add snail adhesive or Tombow to the entire back of the fudgesicle and stick it down in your circle. And I kind of put it at an angle, just like so. Okay, now for the ice cream cone, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use some blushing bright ink and sponge all the way around the edge of it to give it some dimension. So just add some ink to your sponge dauber and kind of flick against the edge of the die cuts. And that'll just give it a little bit of shading around it, which is a nice effect to it. And then just add a little bit of glue to the top of your cone. I cut that from pattern paper that kind of looks like a waffle cone. And then stick the scoop to the top of it. And after you have the scoop glued to the cone, you can turn the whole thing over and add a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals to the back, because we're going to pop that up as well. Oh, the backing doesn't want to come off of this one. There we go. And put that one in an angle too. What we need to do for this card is to stamp the sentiment on it. I'm using the Happiest Birthday, but you could use whatever sentiment you'd like. And I am using chocolate chip ink again. And just stamp it up right in the corner. And there we go. Your card is finished. Now if you want to, you can stamp a sentiment on the inside of this card too. If you have this Cool Treat stamp set, there's a stamp that says, "I hope your day is as sweet as you are," and that looks really cute on the inside of the card, just like that. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed watching this tutorial on how to put together my free card kits for the month of May. If you guys have any questions about ordering or how to place an order with the hostess code, or you have any questions about the products I use, feel free to email me. My email address is in the description box, and the links to all the products that I used are also in the description box. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and happy stamping. Bye.